21 Pilots, Cut My Lip, live at the SiriusXM, right? This is a request. It's been a request for a long time. I'm going to do it. I'm still going to be doing Be Concerned. It is a regional at best, which is going to be blocked on YouTube, and that's why I've been a little bit resistant to do it, but I will put it on my Instagram, so don't worry, I'll probably drop that tomorrow for you guys. I know that's probably one of the last ones that I need to do. So 21 Pilots, Cut My Lip. Obviously this must be like an acoustic version because it's just piano, and I love that. So let's see what we've got, man. But you know, this is Grade the Form. We grade all music under 3 specific categories, which is sound, content, and obviously vocal ability of the artist, which he's going to just score 10s. Don't even wait till the end. I'm telling you now, he's getting 10s. So let's get into this, man. Let's get into this.
Grade the Form.
Song called Cut My Lip, and it's kind of deeper on the record, but it's one of my favorites on Trench, and we've never done any version of this song live ever before until tonight, so we're showing you the first one. Trying, might as well. If you decide, all is well. I keep on trying, might as well.
Is this man racist? Is this man racist for a tweet? Is he? Right? Because I've been following this entire thing and wondering if I should comment on something like this. Is he racist for a tweet? Knowing Tyler, knowing who Tyler is with regards to his music, right? In the way that he constructs his music, in the way that he constructs his satire, his jokes, the way he does everything about him is a fucking pun. Everything is a pun, or it's something clever, or it's something quirky that is who he is as a person, right? He then gets pressed by a mob. Pressed, because you don't do that in the free world, right? He gets pressed and pushed and pressed and pushed and pressed and pushed. Use your platforms, use your platforms, use your platforms, right? Because this is what we need to do today, right? We need to go around, and just because you believe in a certain movement and that kind of thing, you need to bully people into movements, right? We need to bully people, right? I'm going to create a movement of my own, and I'm just going to bully people to use their platforms to stand. And there's many movements out there that we can go. Famine for one, child labor, another. So many movements that we can just push people to use their platforms for, but we don't though. You know, I mean, those obviously they're important type movements, right? Now don't talk to me about the Black Lives Matter thing, because I've shown my solidarity for Black Lives Matter right in the beginning with the George Floyd thing. I made 3 videos on the Black Lives Matter and how it is important. It is an important movement, right? If we don't go off message. It's an important movement if we don't go off message. So I'm not going to fall for the let's label him and cast him aside, right? I'm not going to fall for that, right? So I've already spoken about the BLM movement and how I thought it was disgusting what happened to George Floyd, and how I know that there is an issue in America that needs to be resolved. We get this. BLM aside, I don't want to talk about BLM. right? I've done that, I've been there, I've done the whole thing, I've spoken about it on Twitter, I've spoken about it on Instagram, I've spoken about it on 3 separate videos, including a laid-back reaction called Blackout, right? So let's put BLM aside. Let's talk about the SJW Twitter warriors that attack a man for the very thing that you fell in love with him for. The cleverness. You attack a man for the very thing that you fell in love with him for. The cleverness, the quirkiness. And you know what? People is like, I've had people telling me on my DM, it's like, no, how can you say that? It was insensitive. Yes, it's insensitive. Yes, it's insensitive. You know what else is insensitive? Every single thing else that's happening in the damn world is insensitive. A tweet that he tried to he played it off as tongue-in-cheek and you didn't get that? You didn't get that? We gotta cancel somebody for a tongue-in-cheek comment? The way they were attacking him as if it was like absolute blatant racism. For a tweet that says, I'm dusting off these bad boys' platform. Flipping clever. Very clever. He then apologizes. This is the fucking problem though. He then apologizes. Right? This is what I'm talking about with regards to the insensitivity of the entire fucking world. This world that we are, this fragile world that we are living in. Right? That it's just balloons filled with feelings. Right? When are we going to start molding our children into anti-fragile children that don't get offended by a tweet, right? Unless it's blatantly racial, I get it, or unless it incites violence, yes. But it comes at an insensitive time. No time in history has not been an insensitive time for somebody or another or another or another. Let me give you an example. Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon, don't know if you guys remember this. Nick Cannon, I like Nick Cannon. He's a fantastic comedian. And he even hosted America's Got Talent. He went at Eminem. Eminem didn't even respond, as he shouldn't, because Nick Cannon's not a rapper at the end of the day. Highly entertaining guy. Love the guy. Right? On a podcast, on his own podcast, says that the white people, due to their melatonin in their skin, are genetically, right, savages. Then he went on to say a whole bunch of anti-Semitic comments, which of course there was backlash for, right? To which he then got, I think he got fired and whatever else, and he apologized. And I was even there saying, why? Why are we firing Nick Cannon? Why are we canceling Nick Cannon for even those comments? I mean, those comments were blatant, right? Nothing, not even on the fucking level, not anywhere, 50 notches above what Tyler Joseph did. 50 notches above, they wanted to cancel him. And then I still said, how? No, how can you cancel people for freedom of speech? Who decides who can say what? Who draws the line in the sand of freedom of speech? And why do you get to decide it? If there is freedom of speech, why do you get to decide what is right to say and what is wrong to say? Why is what Tyler said insensitive to you, right? But if you say something to somebody else, that can't be considered insensitive, even though I sit on the other side of the fence. So if you're on the left and I'm on the right and you say something, why be me being on the right, having a different opinion, I can't be insensitive. I need to stick to your status quo because that's the prevailing narrative at the moment in election year. Do you know what I mean? Why is that? Why is freedom of speech not shared on both sides of the fence? Why can't I say what I say and you say what you say? We have the debate about it and agree to disagree and say, you know what? Call each other idiots even. Don't actually care, right? But why? Why are we cancelling people and making freedom of speech a one-way street? And you know what the problem is? Is we are creating a society filled with ivory towers. We're creating a society filled with ivory towers who are setting standards that they themselves are going to break, and they will eventually consume each other. They will eventually consume each other. Because you cannot, as a human being, stand by these standards, by these morals that are not shared by these people. It's all just hot air on social media platforms. If you stand for something so dearly, what happened to the days when you stood for something? It happened in South Africa, right? Where we were protesting against corruption, protesting against this, protesting against inequality to black people, and we literally went out into the streets. Our activism was done in the streets, not burning buildings down, not being stupid, right? We were in the streets doing what we do. That was our activism. That is what you do as a human being with the heart. You go out and you fight for what you believe in, as BLM is doing, and I agree with it and I stand by it. Right? But that is activism. That is activism. You don't save a dog in a pound in an SPCA or a pound by sharing a picture. You know how you save a dog in a pound? You go and adopt the fucking dog in a pound. That is how activism is done. You want to rally people together? Rally people together. Join us for this movement. Stand together as people have done. And I'm not saying this is not the majority. So don't get me wrong. This is not the majority that are doing this. The majority, I believe, are wanting to do this peacefully, right? But the social media warriors, right? And let me tell you, let me go back to the Nick Cannon story. Right? After that, he apologized for what he said. For me, I didn't care. I don't think people should have made an issue. People should have been like, well, geez, well, that's insensitive for him to say about Jewish people. That's insensitive for him to say about white people. But you know what? I'm not anti-fragile. I don't give a fuck, right? I don't need to go onto his Twitter and say, oh my God, you called me a savage. I know what I am. I'm too concerned about my own life to worry about everybody else's life and what everybody else is saying about everybody else. Right? I'm never going to advance in my life trying to pick out people that are doing, it's not my job. I just do what I need. I look at me and I do what I need to do as a human being. Right? And that's how I advance. I don't go looking around for misdemeanors. Nick Cannon apologized. He apologized for saying what he did. Right? Rightly so. It was a sincere apology. I still say, you said it, you apologize. Drop it now. Guess who went after him? BLM. Guess who went after him? People going to say, what do you mean, you sell out? How can you apologize to the white people? How can you apologize? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so this isn't about right and wrong anymore. This is purely just a color thing. This is not about right and wrong. It's not about. He did something that was insensitive, as all of you people are saying. Was insensitive, as all of you people are saying. He did do something insensitive, right? And he got attacked by his own. For apologizing. If something is wrong, it needs to be wrong all the way. If something is right, it needs to be right all the way. It can't be you choose what's right. And then when I do the same thing, you then choose what's wrong. It can't be that you want freedom of speech, but Tyler can't have freedom of speech. Have the debate. And you know what happened? Tyler went and apologized. I wouldn't have gone as far as Tyler went. Tyler went into like a Twitter tirade. I would have gone like I would have said, I can see how this tweet may have come off as offensive. That was not my intention. I was trying to be quirky, tongue-in-cheek. I apologize. Full stop. Game fucking over. And people are sitting there and it's like, take it down. Do you know why? Don't take it down. And I'll tell you why don't take it down. Because taking it down, you know what's going to happen? You're going to have the other side say, you see, he was guilty. He quickly took it down. He knew. No, You made the mistake. Stand for it. Stand for it. It's an embarrassing moment, isn't it? It's an embarrassing moment. Leave it on your Twitter page and say, yeah, if somebody ever references to it, it's like, I didn't take it down. I took it down. My very next tweet after that was an apology. Therefore, I own my mistake. Right? I'm not deleting it as if I'm trying to hide it from society. No, yes, it's there. I own it. This is what happens with people today. Oh no, made a mistake, whatever else. You know what's going to happen? Let's erase it. Don't erase it. Be a fucking human being and stand by it. Stand by it. There's nobody worse. There is nobody worse than somebody who believes in something, right? And then flip-flops when the consequences come. He got the consequences. He didn't flip-flop. He left the tweet up and he says, yeah, I fucked up. I'll take the beating. And everything is insensitive today. Every single thing. Look what happened. He posted up a tweet of saying, these are ideals that I stand for. Right? He puts a list of ideals that I stand for. Just to clarify, this is what I stand for. People read that list and say, oh my God, I can't believe you are for freeing Palestine. Oh my God, I can't believe. People started attacking him on other issues. What is not insensitive today, people? Why is everything insensitive? If you genuinely disliked what he put up, if you genuinely thought that that was so offensive to you that you can't bear the choke around your neck from a tweet like that, then unfollow him. Unfollow him. He's not for you. Tyler Joseph is not a politician. Tyler Joseph is a musician. Right? Tyler Joseph has a personality. Tyler Joseph doesn't sit on ivory towers. And then we've got people that are saying, people in the comments, the fucking irony of people in the comments saying, your music saved my life. Without your music, whatever else. But I can't stand for this. I'm thinking to myself, oh Jesus, how fickle the loyalty, that a man, right, produced art to such a degree that he changed your life, and a tweet, right, rendered your loyalty like a feather in the wind. Your loyalty wasn't grounded. Let's carry on.
I'm bruised, face of contusion. No, I keep moving. No, I keep moving. Rest around the rim, drink it anyway. I got my lid. Isn't what I want. Blood is on my tongue. I got my lid. I keep on going back. Even though it's me I abused, I keep on going back. Even though I am bruised, face up.
This is what you lose. This is what you lose when you take away freedom of speech. This is what you lose when you start playing. This is what you lose when you start playing with your democracy. This is what you're going to lose. When we start toying, when we start putting ropes around our freedom of speech and start yanking it from society, it's a chain effect. You start yanking everything. You start yanking your freedoms. Right? And once you topple that, you don't get people like 21 Pilots. You don't get people like fucking Elon Musk. You don't get people like Jeff Bezos. You don't get people like Michael Jackson. These people are born in democratic societies. These people are products of democracy, of free markets, of free speech. Free speech gave you Tyler's music that changed your life. And now you're saying, no, that needs to be taken away. Right? which means that Tyler Joseph must just be an industry standard. He mustn't be a unique artist. Tyler, just give us what the rest of the industry says. Let me give you the industry playbook, right, Tyler, and make a song about, I don't know, make a song about fucking flexing. Make a song about money and how much money you've got and how many cars you've got. You know what I mean? Make the generic shit, because your people don't appreciate you for your unique shit.
Contusions. No, I keep moving, though I am bruised. Face of contusions. No, I keep moving, no, I keep moving. Rest around the rim, drink it anyway. I cut my legs. Isn't what I want, blood is on my tongue. I cut my legs. Drink it anyway. I cut my leg. Yeah. Though I am bruised, face of contusions. Though I am bruised, face of contusions. No, I'll keep moving. No, I'll keep moving. Rust around the rim, drink it anyway. I cut my leg.
Anyway, this is a beautiful song. Obviously, Cut My Lip, I've already reacted to this, I've already broken down the lyrics. I absolutely love this version. I didn't talk about the actual song itself, or the thing itself. But people, let's stop hating each other. Let's stop labeling each other. Let's stop looking for things that don't exist. Tyler Joseph is not a racist. Tyler Joseph is not anti-BLM. Right? Tyler Joseph didn't use his platform for the very reason that of what happened right now. If he uses it and says, stand in solidarity with BLM, he gets attacked from one side. He doesn't use it, he gets attacked from that side. You know what people do? Musicians, not activists, not politicians. You know what musicians do? They stay neutral. And in a free democracy, neutral is fine. Right? Neutral is fine. He doesn't need to be bullied by nobody. Just like nobody needs to bully you to use anything of yours. Why? Because we're a free democracy. But by all means, you want to take that down? You want to take down and you want to bring it into a socialistic / communist / authoritarian state? Do it. Do it. And let's see what happens then. Let's see what happens then. Let's see if that's the world you want to live in. Be my guest. Do it. You don't like your democracy, you don't like your freedoms.
Drink it anyway. I cut my lip. Isn't what I want. Blood is on my tongue, I cut my lip. Oh, oh, yeah.
Obviously that was beautiful. And you know what? This thing has been bugging me. This whole Twitter situation has been bugging me. And I just needed to talk about it. And you know what? If you want to have a decent conversation about it down in the comment section, I'm happy to have a decent conversation with you about it. If you want to have a debate with me in terms of why you feel it was wrong, no problem. If you want to have a conversation with me about my comments in this video, go ahead. I'm happy to have the conversation. Right? But if you want to label me and put me aside, you know where the unsubscribe button is. I won't stand for that. Love you all, man. Please stay safe, please stay healthy. Peace.